Okay, I just want to make a quick video on how to use the equation editor when you are doing a discussion board. So here we are in discussion 3, and I went in as a student, so it looks a little different, I think, from what you see, but this is where I want to show it to you. Okay, so here you are. You enter your subject, whatever it is. Discussion board number 3. There we go. And then you click in here. And one thing I want to show you is if you need to see more room, in the bottom right hand corner, you see these little lines are. You can, I'm left clicking and then dragging, and it gives me more space to see my work. So you can do that. That's very helpful. Okay, so equation editor, where is it? It's right here. This little Greek letter, which is sigma, that's actually in math, it's called a summation symbol. But when you click on it, you get this drop down box, and I just use the first one, graphical equation. I click on it, and it gives me this little box, and you can do the same thing here. You can click on this and make it bigger just so you can have more space to work, I guess, although I don't think it doesn't move there, so I guess I don't really need to do that. Okay, so if I wanted to type in the quadratic equation, I'm going to click on this little box, and then I'd hit X, and I like to put spaces in between it, equals, space, and then I need a fraction, because a quadratic formula is a fraction, so I'm clicking on this guy, and then it's negative b space. This has a plus or minus symbol right there. Woohoo! Space. Then it's the square root of a whole bunch of stuff. So I click on the square root symbol. And then I'm in this box, and it starts with b squared. So hit B. And then to put the squared in, you hit this little symbol, which says superscript. That's another way to say exponent. And it'll pop a little box in there, and I'll hit squared. The cursor is still flashing up in the exponent, so I have to hit my my right arrow key on my keyboard to bring it back down, and then space minus space for a C, and then use your down arrow on your keyboard to drop it down to the bottom and type in 2A. That's the math. So I'm just going to hit insert, and it puts it in there for me. And then if you want to space over and then type in, I will substitute, make sure you're spelling it right, substitute the values of A, comma, B, comma, and C into the quadratic formula. And then if you want to say what those values are, the values are, I don't know, I'll just make this up. A equals 2, comma, B equals 3, comma, C equals, I don't know, 4. 2, 3, 4. Woohoo! And then when you go to do it again, I hit the equation editor, graphical equation. It pops the box up again, and then I hit X equals, and then do the fraction, and then it's negative B, so negative 3 space plus or minus space the square root of, and then it's b squared. B is a 3. Hit the superscript button to put a squared on it. Arrow over, and then space, minus space 4. And I like to use parentheses to show my multiplication. So 4 times A is 2. And C was 4. And then scroll down and hit 2 times A, which is 2. And then hit insert again. and it pops it in there for you. And then you can hit enter again, or sorry, enter. No, I think I have to space over. Yeah, hit a couple of spaces, enter again. And then you can show more steps and just keep using the equation editor to show all the math. And then off to the side, you know, you can add your written explanation, or you can put the written explanation, if I hit return here, you can put it in between, you know, if you want to. You can, oops, you can put it in between. You can also highlight the written part and put that in bold, and then hit a color just to really make it stand out. It gives you a lot of colors. You just have to be careful on the colors. It's supposed to have a certain contrast. So if I were to pick like this light orangey color, you'll notice it's got red X's on it. It's too light. But you can slide this until it gives you 2 green check marks. Of course, that's not the most attractive color in the world, but there it is. It's a different color. You can do the same thing within the equation editor, but it's a little bit more difficult, so I don't usually show that part. I just let the equation editor be in the black and then use my written stuff in red or blue or green or, you know, whatever color I want. You just got to watch out that it's not too light, because then somebody might not be able to see it. And you know, you can change the font if you want. There's a variety of fonts here. I personally like Tahoma. It's nice and bold, and then you can hit the default size, which is that, or you can make it bigger, you know, whatever you want to do. But the equation editor really makes exponents, and if you have to do fractions or use square roots, or if it's got that plus or minus symbol, it really, really is helpful to the reader. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would use it. This is a math class, and we're using technology, so let's use it to the best of its ability. So you can also insert pictures too, you know, if you wanted to insert an image, and if you have it on your computer, you know, you've saved an image somewhere and you want to put it in there. And this is what I do a lot with my I have all sorts of stuff I put in here, but I like to do a lot of memes. I'm sure you've noticed. I love memes. So I would pop this up and, oh look, I've got fun math memes. This one's a good one. All you need is love. You can always insert those, but when you add it, you have to click on this image is decorative, and there you go. And then of course when you're done, you know, you hit post. All right, but please use the equation editor. It just looks so much better. And as usual, if you got any questions, send me an email.